everyone, and welcome into South First Street Bar and Grill as we are every Monday. We're here with our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck, for the weekly Carl Abseck Coaches Show. And man, oh man, Coach, I don't know about you, but I sure had a good weekend thanks to what you and the boys did on Friday night.
It made my weekend a lot better, too, for sure.
Man, what kind of – that was just one of those – I mean, you knew it was going to be a tough one. We all did. We all watched the film and knew they were good. We know we're good. And at the end of the day, it's probably pretty much exactly what you expected. And all the things, though, that happened, and I've been broadcasting now for 21 years, I've never seen a high school kicker not only make a 50-yarder, but definitely at the buzzer to send it to overtime. Man, that was some stones right there.
No, it was a very impressive kick. I mean, and we knew the kid had a leg. We'd worked all week long as far as our kick return team on how we wanted to approach returning his kicks and stuff. And, so we brought a couple of them out of the end zone because they weren't really strong on coverage. They were just counting on people just taking a knee and taking it to 25. And so we got some good returns off of that. But
we did, yeah.
That was a heck of a kick and very impressive on his part.
Man, I was shocked they were going to kick it. You know, it was I'm going, okay, well, that's too far for a high school kicker. I'm sure you probably already knew. I hadn't seen any film on him, but he stepped up there and booted that thing. I'm just telling you, I was in awe there for a second. That was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, no, we knew he could hit it. It just, you got to hit it. But, I mean, he had the ability to do it, so.
Well, we fought through that. Before we got to overtime, though, a lot of things happened. And, boy, the first half, Coach, the offense kind of bogged down like it has the last couple of weeks. We got 102 yards at halftime, and 95 of those came on the one drive where we actually scored the touchdown and had two big plays on that drive. So outside of that, we haven't done much. So, you go in the lead at 7-3. What's going through, and what are you talking to the kids about at halftime?
Just relaxing and doing things the way that we know they can. That was the deal. The first half, it wasn't very good on offense, and it was just very inconsistent. One step forward, two steps back, very reminiscent of the week before that. And believe me, I was a little concerned myself. I'm thinking we've spent a lot of time trying to fix this and work on it, and it wasn't the result that we had wanted. And so we went back in at halftime and really just said, hey, do your job. And that was across the board to all of them. Relax and play. I think there was a lot of kids playing with a lot of stuff on their mind, a lot of stuff on their shoulders and chest. And we said, take it away and go do your thing. And they did that.
Well, I don't want to say the season was on the line, but a lot's on the line when you come out in the second half. And here's our three. We only had the ball 3 times. I'm sure you already knew that. But 38-yard field goal, 80 yards field goal, 75-yard touchdown, and, of course, get the ball in overtime, another 25-yard couple-play drive and touchdown. So I don't know what we score every possession we have the ball in the second half. What exactly, X's and O's wise, or what did we do different in the second half that we haven't done in the last week and a half?
Not a lot. I mean, it was just execution. It was kids staying together, trusting the plan, and then executing what we were asking them to do. We ran things that really feed well to with what what we've done well, and then they went out and executed. But other than that, I mean, we threw and catch a few times when we had opportunities. We hit a couple screens, where a lot of times we have a screen pass called where it's a screen on both sides, and we've picked one side over the other, and we went back to the secondary part of that screen for the touchdown there at the end to Colin, and something that's been there. We just kind of have rushed it a little bit maybe and went with the first option instead of the second option. But, overall, really, it was just about going out and executing and staying the course, and that was the biggest piece.
We hit that play twice for big plays, didn't we? We faked that screen one way and came back the other. I got to tell you, that play was designed perfectly, and the kids executed it perfectly because Beaumont, they had no idea. No, they did not.
No, it was good, and we matched it up. The offensive line got out in front of it and matched some things up, and then let the skilled kids go and do the rest. But bottom line is, it was about execution, and they did that.
Well, we bogged down in the red zone again, but not the case in overtime. But Camp hadn't made a field goal all year. He's been perfect on extra points. We'll talk about that in a moment. I might have jinxed us at that night, but he stepped up and made 2 field goals that we had to have to keep that momentum going. So we kind of gave him the offensive player of the game, the Commercial Bank of Texas player of the game. But, man, what do you say about Waters? I just you can't come up. We could have probably give it to him every week. It's whether he makes a big play or he gets out of a tackle and gets a first down. Man, that kid has got all heart, and he bleeds purple.
No, he's really good, and he makes us all better. But the other guy that really stood out in a lot of ways in that game was Coleman. Had a big run there to get us down to the 5 on the initial field goal, and then he's the one that catches the screen on to put us back up after we went down 17-13. So he was another option that you could have had. Obviously, Camp hit the field goals that we asked him to hit. He hit every extra point he had an attempt at. He hit as he has all year long. So I'm good with that. I hate field goals.
I'm with you.
And he knows that because I've told him that from the time I got there. I said, I hope you never do anything but kick extra points because I hate kicking field goals. I feel like I failed offensively speaking. But at the same time, sometimes you have to take what is the best option at the time. And he nailed them. And at the end of the day, those points mattered because we went to overtime for a reason.
Absolutely. And, sometimes when a team's got 2 good running backs, which I believe we even have more than that, but you call them thunder and lightning, it's kind of tough to do that with our 2 because Kenny's not the big one, but, boy, he's the between-the-tackle guy, and Coleman's the guy that can catch passes and run wide. I just tell you, they are a great combination to have in the backfield.
They are, and both complement each other so well. And do different things really well, and so they're a big piece of obviously what we do offensively, and they do a good job of complementing each other and working together. So we're a lot better with them than we would be without.
No doubt about it, and I think Waters might have needed a little break there in the first half, and we bring in the sophomore, and Taylor. I don't know if he's in the doghouse because of the couple of fumbles at Nacogdoches, but, boy, when he got his chance Friday night, he wasn't going to let that slip away. He takes it to the house from, 36 yards out for the first and only touchdown of the first half.
Right. No, I mean, Robert's got a lot of ability. He was not in the doghouse. He had hurt his ankle.
Oh.
And so, we kind of were holding him out because of that, offensively speaking. They all work hard. Part of our goal was to get them more involved, and that's something that as we go throughout the year, we'll continue to adjust and adapt to our personnel. But at the same time, we want those guys to be involved because they have something to add to the equation, whether you're talking about Robert or you're talking about Joker at the running back positions. Both of those guys have things that they can add, and so we've been working to incorporate them more. And you saw him come in pretty early, and it was just – one of those deals where like, hey, Kenny just had a long run. He's had several plays in a row. Let's get Robert in and let him go.
It was a good job. And again, when you make some big runs like that, we're talking about all 3 guys in the backfield making plays. That means at some point the big hogs up front, our Slab Masters offensive line, must have had a pretty good night overall because especially there in the second half, man, they were getting into the second wave before there was contact.
Yeah, we did a better job matching things up in the second half. And that's the thing is, as we develop our offense around our personnel, you find out what they do well and what they struggle with a little bit, and then you lean them obviously more toward their strengths. And so it's an adjustment process, and we're still figuring that out. But at the same time, trying to do that while maximizing who we can be.
Well, when you flip over the other side of the ball, the defense was absolutely on point in the first half. I think they had 130 yards. They're talking about a team averaging 400 yards of offense. In the second half, they finally went to that empty spread backfield, spread wide receivers everywhere, and he decided to run. And those were the plays that really got us in the second half.
Yeah, and they should have. I mean, we had a plan for it. We just didn't execute it very well. I mean, we had an extra defensive back in there, and we had a linebacker that was supposed to spot, and he just didn't do a very good job.
Well, a couple times I looked out, and he shifted out into the slot receiver, and there was nobody there, and I was like, oh, dear God, I don't think we called this I don't think this is the front we're calling.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Right.
And, you adapt and adjust. I get it. I mean, they're learning stuff too, and you put things in over the course of the week, and they have to go out and execute it, and sometimes – just like us as adults, they make mistakes too, but it was frustrating.
Well, yeah, I bet it was. But at the end of the day, we're able to get to that last chance, and they've got that 50-yard field goal, and so obviously he makes it. We go out there. Jeff has a second security and guarantee coin toss, and they win it again. And I got to tell you, again, another thing I've never seen.
He was pretty fired up,
I've
wasn't he?
never seen a coach that fired up from winning a coin toss in my entire life.
Coach Langston's a good dude. I like him a lot, and he was pretty excited about that coin toss. He wanted to play defense first, and I'm like, hey, you go ahead, man.
Was it a little over the top? I mean, man, I was just watching, but I was like, man, I don't know. I wouldn't have.
No, I like him. He's a good guy, and he was really excited about that coin toss, and he gave it a couple of yips,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay, cool. We were just on defense anyway, so
Where are you going, Mr. Webb?
I
You
would
not to leave
rather.
yet? Oh, okay. We all
He's
get
got
that.
honeydews.
Yeah, we all get that.
Okay. So, I mean, it was one of those deals where, you want to play defense first so you can know what you have to do offensively. But we were just on defense, and so it was kind of one of those deals where, you know what, I lost the toss, but we got to be on offense first, and you go score, and it makes things better. And then, you want to kick that extra point and make it a 7-point game. We didn't do that. But at the same time, now our defense got a little bit of a break, and they can get ready to go play that overtime.
Well, Waters takes the first play and goes 20 down to the 5. And, I mean, like on cue, I think our last 3 stops at the 5-yard line, we haven't been able to get in. And I think we said that. I said, well, this isn't mark it at the 6 or something.
I'm pretty sure you said mark it at the 6.
I did.
Because we can't score from the 5. So,
man, you must have ears up there or something, Coach.
no,
What's
I watched the broadcast.
Oh, you did?
I'm grading.
Well, what did I get? At least give me a C.
It was good.
Okay. Well,
I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, you hand it off, my man. You hand it off, and JJ knows where that end zone is. Got it in, and boy, that was a good moment for him and all the Panther fans. Well, we're really all celebrating at that point.
It was good. Javion needed to feel good about this coming out of it, and he played a really, really good second half. Made some really good plays, and it was nice for him to be the one that scored the last touchdown to win the game.
And then, of course, I believe we were going into this ball game 18 for 18, and we had made another one, so we're 19 for 19 and extra points on the year going into that one. And I'll tell you, it never crossed my mind that we were going to have an issue, and the next thing I look up, that ball's rolling back there to Sam, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best moment for us there either. I was a little disappointed because it has been very much automatic snap, hold, kick, and so I wasn't even actually looking. I was talking to one of our kids, and then I turned around, I'm like, what happened? And it wasn't good.
Well, of all we've been through, since we started, it's this, it's that, and I'm like, man, if we lose a game to an extra point in overtime, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be beside myself. But lo and behold, that defense, who had given up a couple of scores in a row to get it to that spot, man, did they show up in overtime.
Stood up when it mattered most, and that's the deal. There was a couple drives where we had multiple pass interference calls and things of that nature, and things that you can hang your head on or head down on, and our kids just kept playing. And at the end of the day, they made the plays that they needed when they needed.
No doubt, and again, we gave the Commercial Bank Defensive Player of the Game to Turner because, I mean, not only did he have the fumble recovery and the interception, but he made a huge play for a big loss there in the first half as well. But I got to tell you, Bogney, we've called his name a lot, but I really think Friday night was his coming out party. He made not only some plays, but just like that one on third down, or was it fourth? Either way, I mean, he made some signature plays on Friday night.
No, he's played really well consistently over the course of the season. And Friday was no different, but, Turner did have some game-changing plays, with pick and fumble recovery and all those things. So you couldn't really go wrong with either one of those guys. I'm super proud of Turner and how he's played this year, being just a sophomore and growing up right before our eyes. And obviously, Bogney was a great addition to our squad.
And the other kid that Jeff and I called his name all night long, I mean, again, everybody, and I want to remind everyone, if you don't remember, I don't want to know who you want to say our best defensive lineman is right now, but the guy leading all the stats, DeMaurier Davis, number 11, and he did not play one snap Friday night. And Adengate, Roberts played well, but man, oh man, Webb played good up front as well, but Whitaker was really causing some havoc as well over on that other side.
Yeah, and Witt is as hard a worker as we have on our team, and so for a kid to go out and have a great game like that, I mean, I'm a huge Whitaker fan. I mean, the kid's always smiling and happy, and he works his tail off. He's just a joy to have, and so it's always fun to watch him go out and have a great game because he's going to smile one way or the other the next day.
Well, that kid had his best game on Friday, and it took all of that from all of us to knock off. And, again, we'll get into the schedules or standings here in a moment. I just thought that was a really good football team, maybe even better than the one that we lost the week before. I mean, I'd love to get your thoughts on that. They'll obviously play in a few weeks, and they'll determine it themselves. But that was a really good football team we played Friday night.
It was. And we talked about that on Monday, that they can play. And they're undefeated for a reason. And they've got playmakers at multiple levels. And, they're playing with confidence. And so those teams are always scary to play. But our kids, stood up to the challenge, fought through the adversity, and came out with a win.
If we were sitting here, the whole mindset of maybe sitting here and after we missed the extra point at 0-2 in district right now tonight is completely different than how we're feeling, not only about this game, but our entire season hinged on that one drive. And, man, the kids just stood up and did a phenomenal job.
They did, and it makes this show a lot better.
I was afraid if we lost that game, I was afraid you're going to call me Sunday and tell me you had COVID.
No, I don't get COVID.
Me neither. I don't get tested. Well, so you sit back and you look at everything that's transpired now over a couple of weeks going into our bye week in District 9-5A. I don't think anybody would have said Baytown Sterling would be joining Port Arthur Memorial as the only two teams undefeated, but that's exactly what we're looking at.
That's where we're at, and no, I don't know that anybody would have predicted that. But at the same time, they've played really well, and they've beat the teams that were in front of them. So, I talked about Coach Anthony and what he does and what the type of coach he is. And it doesn't surprise me because he does a really good job. And Sterling has always had athletes, and he's obviously got them playing fast and playing in the right direction.
Well, that'll be, as luck would have it, after the bye week, we'll be looking them up. So we'll talk about that in the next segment. Before we get into that, again, Pam's 2-0, Sterling's 2-0, us and Barbers Hill 1-1, and Westbrook obviously 0-1. But boy, it's a good week to have the week off because there is some big games all over the district on Friday night. And mentioning Pam going into Barbers Hill, and of course now what turns into a big one, Sterling goes to Westbrook on Friday night. So boy. A lot of good stuff happening this week.
Some stuff happened this week.
Yeah. So where will y'all be Friday night?
I don't know yet.
Hadn't decided?
No.
Well, is anything else? Is the Baytown win over Barbers Hill really the only thing that's kind of snuck up on you in district so far?
Yep. And them beating us.
Yeah, that was I didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah, well,
you know how I am.
It's facts. I didn't expect to lose. And that's not anything against them. That's just I didn't expect to lose.
I didn't either.
But they did.
What about does the bye week, the bye week can be at a good time or it could come at a bad time? How do you assess coming into the bye week right now after 6 ball games? Is that a good time for you and the Panthers?
I think so. Our kids needed a break in terms of just the physicality of it and just to take a step back. I mean, last week was a stressful week. We're coming off of a loss, didn't play very well. We got grades and all that stuff was happening last week, with our 9-week grades and you got homecoming and all the things. And then we played a very physical game on Friday. So, we're 6 weeks in. So, really, there's not much a better week to have than right there in the middle. And now we can kind of take a step back, catch our breath, and then get ready for the stretch run.
And, of course, we were missing a couple of key components Friday night as well. We mentioned Davis being out. Barraza was out. J-Mo got hurt. Did that happen in pregame or something? I mean, it looked like he was out there in pregame.
Pretty much.
Although he wasn't playing, and, he's had some big catches for us this year.
No, it was we had some guys that have contributed greatly to our team that weren't part of it, and, hopefully we'll all get them all back.
Is that all those we just mentioned, is that something that is not a long-term deal? Maybe it can be taken care of in a couple of weeks.
We'll be all right.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. We'll take a quick break. We'll talk about District 11 and 12, and then we'll give you a little foreshadowing into the Baytown Sterling. To say I know nothing about them, I don't even know what their mascot is.
Rangers.
The Rangers. All right. Well, we've learned something already tonight. We'll take a quick break. We're live here at First Street Bar and Grill with our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck. Very quick break. We'll come back and talk about the rest of the districts in our region and the Rangers. That's all coming up next right here on Lufkin Game Time.
You deserve to enjoy what fulfills you. And if joint pain is getting in the way, you deserve orthopedic care designed to help keep your life moving. For that, you can count on St. Luke's Health, right here in East Texas. Our experts treat a full range of bone, joint, and muscle conditions and use minimally invasive incision and muscle-sparing techniques to help you recover more quickly so you can enjoy what moves you. Learn more at stlukeshealth.org/ortho.
Hey, Panther fans, Big Nasty here. Need a short-term loan to cover some unexpected bills or maybe a little extra cash? Give Texan Credit a call today. Loan process that is easy from start to finish, and you will get your money fast. Texan Credit has been helping Texas residents for over 10 years by offering multiple loan options with easy low payment. Located in Lufkin at 509 South Timberland Drive, or look Texan Credit up online, TexanCredit.com. Trust me, if they'll loan me money, they will loan you money. Texan Credit, they say yes.
Hey boss, do we sell to animals?
Stephanie, I'm busy watching the Lufkin Panthers. What do you mean, do we sell to animals?
You may want to come check this out.
Oh, it's Fang. Fang gets whatever he wants. Congratulations, Fang. Hi folks, JJ Webb here from JM Chevrolet, and you can get the Chevy you've always wanted right now at JM Chevrolet. Find your next vehicle at jmchevy.net.
When someone in your family needs emergency care, you want it fast. And now, with Woodland Heights Medical Center's newly expanded ER, it's even easier to get quick, convenient access to 24-hour emergency care. For treatment of broken bones, to care for life-threatening conditions, our dedicated team is ready. Visit ercarelufkin.com for more info.
This season, you can share a Coke with your team on it. So I'm going to tell you how with a little help from this quarterback.
Sally, 44!
You can share a Coke when your team's up.
Red Poncho!
You can share a Coke when your team's down.
Happy Jolly!
You can share a Coke with a coach, a mascot, or an MVP.
Chili, chili, chili!
You can even share a Coke with your rival on game day.
Turbo!
Or you can share a Coke when you're giving out your famous guacamole recipe in a completely packed stadium.
Cilantro, chopped onion, squeeze a lime, Roma tomato, hike!
Share a Coke with a fan this season.
Ice cold, delicious!
Share a Coke is back for the fall football season. We all know what comes with being a fan. The ups, the downs, and everything in between. Whether you've just won a big game and want to celebrate with fellow fans, or want to share a Coke with your best friend whose team just lost against their arch rival, Coca-Cola has something for you. Share a Coke with a teammate, rival, or best friend this season.
It's easy to spot a Texan. The sense of adventure, the unbreakable bond with friends and family. There's no other place in the world like it. At Cook Tire and Service, we know you have places to go and don't have time for car trouble or the patience for second-rate service. Cook Tire and Service offers a full array of services to make sure you get where you're going. With locations in Lufkin, Nacogdoches, and Livingston, there's always a Cook Tire right around the corner. So you choose your destination, we'll handle the journey.
Welcome back to South First Bar and Grill with our head coach and athletic director, as always, Carl Abseck, here on a Mondays. It's Mondays with Coach. We did talk a little bit briefly about our district coach, District 9-5A, with us coming with the off week this week. A good time for us, as you said. But, boy, the top of the standings besides us are all button heads on Friday night. So there's going to be a couple of really good teams, good games in District 9-5A.
Yeah, I mean, things are going to get as clear as mud after this week is over, but it's definitely going to see some things change in terms of where everybody fits.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot because some of the people in the district may be listening, but Barbers Hill goes to Westbrook and Port Arthur Memorial goes to the Hill. How do you, if you had to come out and make an educated guess on those two games, how do you think they transpire?
That's a tough one. I mean,
well, I will tell you.
I would say
you'll never bet on anything.
I will say this: going to Barbers Hill is tough.
Don't I know?
But I would say Port Arthur would have to be the favorite. And then the Westbrook Sterling game is at Beaumont, so I think Westbrook has to be the favorite.
Well, Westbrook's kind of going to be facing what we were facing against them. You're 0-1 and your season's on the line and you're at home. You got to, if you want to make the playoffs, you've got to win that football game.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps. There's still a lot of football left to play, but I think Westbrook's a good football team, and I think Sterling is playing really well, but I think going on the road is tough. And so, I think I would have to give Westbrook the leg up as long as they come out and play like they're capable of. But it wouldn't shock me to see Sterling win.
No doubt about that. And I did want to say one thing, because last Monday you said defensively their number 7 is a really good football player on defense. Landry's his name, and I just want to tell you, you're right again. We called him. He made a lot of tackles.
He made a lot of tackles. I thought their safety, number 23, played really well. And made a lot of tackles. He fit down on the run pretty good. I was impressed with them. I mean, they played hard. They didn't give up. They didn't quit. They didn't get frustrated. They just kept fighting and playing, and they gave themselves a chance. So I was really impressed with Westbrook and how they played. And it's the same as, I watched on Texan Live, I watched the Barbers Hill and Sterling game, and I thought, both those teams played hard, and at the end of the day, we're one, a yard and a half over the line of scrimmage from probably that being a different ending, because they just completed the ball down to the 5, and the quarterback was ruled across the line of scrimmage before he made the throw, and if that doesn't happen, then that game is probably a different result, and Sterling probably outplayed them for 3.5 quarters. So, those games could go either way.
Well, we talk about home field advantage, and the top 5 teams. Obviously, Westbrook hasn't had a home game yet, but everybody's won their games at home so far. Now, there's been some slip-ups on the road, obviously, but as of right now, everybody has won their home game through 2 weeks.
Except Galveston Ball.
Well, I mean the 4 in the top.
Okay.
I don't think Galveston Ball is going to make the playoffs. Just my
it's
thoughts.
Still early. We're just 2 games in the district season, but yes, I think it puts you in a bad spot at that point.
I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction here in week 3 of district. Galveston Ball is not going to be making the playoffs.
Okay. You're welcome to make any decisions you want at this point. I don't do that.
I understand. I wouldn't either if I were you. Real quickly, the rest of our region, District 10 is not really something we're going to dissect. District 11 and 12, Angleton and LaPorte continue to roll and steamroll towards week 11 or week 10 when they will play each other for the district championship, both with, I believe, Angleton scored 60-something points. LaPorte struggled a little bit, a little 30-point win only, but they've got Friendswood and Fort Bend Kempner, so they look like they're both going to be rolling in there at 9-0 and 8-1 respectively when they meet in week 10.
I would say that's probably right.
And then
I thought the Friendswood Crosby game last week was interesting. I would say that probably most people, based off of the previous 4 weeks, would have picked Friendswood to win that game, and Crosby won. So
I would have.
Kudos to them.
That's why I just make stuff up. Normally wrong. What about District 12? That's the district that, 10 or 11, or 11 or 12 we could match up. But last year, obviously, we matched up with District 12. It's kind of been some upsets. Anderson has already beaten College Station and Consolidated. Pflugerville-Weiss, their lone loss was to Consolidated by 2. Hayes has got some, they're up there at 2-1. At the end of the day, there looks to be 5 teams, and one of these teams is pretty good, not going to make the playoffs. Or you think Hayes
I'm telling you right now, the teams are going to make the playoffs.
You're making a prediction?
Yes.
Okay. This must be for sure.
Weiss will win the district championship.
Weiss?
Yep. Followed by Anderson, and Consolidated, and College Station.
You think Weiss is going to beat Anderson? Well,
I do.
There's not any good matchups this week. Anderson goes to Pflugerville-Hendrickson. That's the rest of them are playing some wannabes. And then the next week is the same way. There's 2 weeks before they start really figuring out some stuff here.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be those 4. We can talk about the wager later.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Do I get the field or do I got to take Anderson?
You got the field.
I get the field? Oh, the wager's going up, baby. The wager is going up. All right, well, as you know and everyone knows, we're going to be playing Baytown Sterling's Rangers. Next, not this Friday, next Friday. And so how do you and the kids, what's the schedule week for practice this week? Do you already start working on Ranger? Or are we just doing conditioning, waiting until next week? What's the sequence of events here that you go through as a coach with the kids in the bye week leading up to the next game?
Really, it's about evaluating the things that we've done well and the things we haven't, and then we're going to spend some time working on those things we haven't done well. And then we'll start looking at, a plan for Sterling, and we'll start installing that. But, we're going to practice the next 3 days and keep it basically on a game week schedule where you practice 3 days. The biggest deal, I want our kids to come back fresh and ready to rock and roll. I want it. It's a grind, and if you want to go play 13, 14, 15, 16 weeks, it's a grind. And so we're going to let them catch their breath and get healthy as much as we can in the middle of the football season. And we're going to go back to work fixing us, tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit Wednesday, a little bit Thursday. We'll start spending some time on Sterling.
So on a Friday, like a game day Friday, to try to keep things as normal as possible. And then, again, not only is it an off week, we don't even have school. What do you try to do? Do you see the kids on Friday, or is it just you give everybody off day?
They're off. They're going to be off, and let them go and be kids.
Well, we all need to be kids every once in a while.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, when we get back, we're not going to be here next Monday. Obviously, we're not going to have much to talk about. But Sterling's on deck, and I know you're good friends with the coach, and you played him last year. As you said, you watched him Thursday. What can you tell the listeners and the fans about this Sterling or this Ranger team that makes them so good, and why they're now 5-1 on the season?
They're playing with a lot of fire. They have a stable of running backs that are playing really well. Their quarterback is operating things well. And then defensively, I really was impressed with number 0, their defensive end. I think he plays really, really hard, makes a lot of plays for them. And the corner, Shaquille Leaks, is a corner / receiver running back guy that's going to play both ways. I've known that kid for 4 years, and he's just a really hard-nosed, talented athlete. But they've got some kids that are playing with a lot of confidence, playing really hard together. I think it comes a point where at some point kids get tired of not having success, and a group of kids make a decision and say, you know what, we're not doing that anymore. And I think these guys have done that. And kudos to them. Kudos to their coaches that have come in and kind of gotten things going for them. But they're playing with a lot of confidence.
I got to tell you, last year they couldn't get going against us, so I don't even really remember what they ran offensively, though, but they were trying to run the ball all last year. Is that kind of the same now?
They did run the ball last week against Barbers Hill. They got in a lot of 2-back, 3-back sets and just ran it at them, and I think that's, something they feel confident in, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to have a different alternative plan that'll feed off of that.
Boy, and they also, you play Barbers Hill, now you got to go on the road to play Westbrook. It's not going to be a pansy year, or you're going to be rested up. You're going to be in the middle of a grind when we get down there in 2 Fridays.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
We're going to be rested.
Right. That is right. Well, man, it was a lot of fun Friday night, Coach. I know it was probably a little bit tighter than you had hoped it was, but, man, with the season on the line and everything on the line, the kids really came out and performed well. You guys coached them up, and, man, what a big win that was Friday night.
It was, and I was very proud of our kids for staying the course and trusting each other and trusting the coaches and going out and fighting their tails off, and that's the bottom line. Is if they'll go out and play as hard as they can play every week, we're going to have a chance to win because we have Lufkin kids.
Did I make any other bad calls that you noticed? I love criticism.
I was trying to think. You were not happy with our empty adjustment.
Yes,
but
I was right.
But you were right in the sense of how we executed, but it wasn't the plan.
Well, I'm saying there's nothing in the middle. They're going to run that again.
You were right. That was a good call. I would have done the same thing.
Okay.
So no,
I felt supremely confident
that's not what we wanted.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I thought I
agree.
said that. I said, I don't know what we want, but I guarantee you that's not it.
No, I'm not really much on critique, but I do watch it because I'm judging and I'm keeping you in check, but I thought you did a really good job.
Well, I'm sure you probably heard something and you told your wife, you listen to this son of a...
Look at this guy. No, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it way more than the week before that.
Oh man, I was trying just not to throw up the week before that.
Me too.
Yeah, we were probably in the same boat, and I know you it was way more personal. I kind of took it personal, just like you did. I mean, I was invested with you.
I appreciate it.
Always. I'm always there with you, Pops. Man, get some rest, and let's get ready for those Baytown Sterling Rangers, as you said, and let's hope we can build ourselves a little momentum, because after that, I mean, I don't need to tell anybody what's on deck after that.
Who's after that?
Oh, I don't know. You know, just that team that Lufkin went down there and beat.
Port Arthur?
Port Arthur, baby.
Okay.
What are they? I forgot what they were.
They're playing well. Huh?
What's their mascot?
The Titans.
The Titans. I knew that.
You got to remember
they
the
were
Titans.
making me remember the Titans last year there, and up until the last time that old Sam Smith had them 2 interceptions.
He played really well the other night, too.
He did.
They kept going after him, but he kept knocking it down.
Yep, he did. He sure did. Man, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Had to have it, and get you some rest. And, man, when we get back down there to Baytown, again, another town I've never been to, but I'm ready to be there.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Coach. We'll be talking to you next week.
Thank you.
That is our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck. The Panthers are now 4-2 and 1-1 in District 9-5A play, baby. Off this week and back in action with Baytown Sterling next Friday night down in Baytown. Keep it right here. We'll come back and wrap it up live from South First Bar and Grill. We'll be back right after this.
Need to save money on insurance? Give Joe Hancock and his team a call. Since 1965, the Hancock family has been dedicated to serving Texas with personal and commercial insurance. With 60 years of experience in Lufkin, our friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help protect you and your family's most valuable assets. We've got the expertise to assist you. Call today for your free no-obligation quote, 936-634-4451. Joe Hancock Agency, your trusted partner in insurance, proud sponsor of Lufkin Athletics. We back the pack.
Looking to earn extra cash? Got an old grill or bike taking up space? Bring it to CMC Recycling right here in Lufkin to turn your scrap metal into cash. CMC will recycle your metal, transforming it into new steel that will be later used in exciting new structures and products. CMC accepts a variety of metals, and the team is ready to assist you and ensure your experience is seamless. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Learn more at cmcrecycling.com.
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, you always have a choice. At S&W Expert Collision Repair, we set the standard for excellence with state-of-the-art equipment, leading-edge technology, and over 40 years of industry know-how.
They got us a new car. They got us a new car. They got us a new car.
No, this is your car. We just fixed it correctly.
Thank you so much for our new car.
No, this is your car.
S&W Expert Collision Repair. You just might think you got a new car.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901, and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology, backed by personal customer service and #sealed with a smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business, but helping people succeed is our passion. It's time you experienced banking Texas style. Stop by or give us a call today. You'll be glad you did.
For the first day of school, for the last day of work, for the satisfaction of a job well done, for the ideas that change the world, for good times, for not so good times, for her future and hers and his, for serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
East Texans know when it comes to trucks and SUVs, there's only one name, Wright GMC in Lufkin. The hometown dealer with small town values and big time savings. Save more, get more, with limited time deals and the best trade-in values in East Texas. Wright GMC in Lufkin. We do business the right way at wrightdeal.com.
East Texas Slab Masters is one of East Texas' most trusted foundation specialists. With over 25 years experience, they can assess and address any of your foundation needs, residential or commercial. Top 4 warning signs: doors not shutting properly, cracks in sheetrock, cracks in concrete slab floors, cracks in brick. We also offer polymers, a heavy-duty polyurethane foam for slab lifting and soil stabilization. Protect your investment. East Texas Slab Masters, setting your house on a strong foundation. Schedule your free estimate today.
You're listening to Lufkin Panther Sports, brought to you by Morgan Insurance Agency, your hometown team for all things insurance. Whether it's personal coverage for your home, auto, or life or commercial protection for your business, they've got you covered. Morgan Insurance Agency proudly partners with Liberty Mutual, a big game player in both personal and commercial insurance, to bring you policy options that fit your needs and your budget. When it comes to protecting what matters most, don't wait until the final whistle. Call Morgan Insurance Agency today and let them put together a winning game plan for you. 936-634-7755. Or visit them online at morganins.com. That's morganins.com.
You deserve to enjoy what fulfills you. And if joint pain is getting in the way, you deserve orthopedic care designed to help keep your life moving. For that, you can count on St. Luke's Health, right here in East Texas. Our experts treat a full range of bone, joint, and muscle conditions and use minimally invasive incision and muscle-sparing techniques to help you recover more quickly so you can enjoy what moves you. Learn more at stlukeshealth.org/ortho.
Well, welcome back to South First Bar and Grill. Gary Ivins Jr. with you, along with, as we always wrap it up here every Monday, with El Presidente of the Sideliners, my man Jalen Mark. Jalen?
Thank you for having me again, Gary. I appreciate you.
How many hands have you shook and babies have you kissed today, Pops?
A lot. It seems like everywhere you go, somebody wants to talk about the Lufkin Panthers.
Well, I saw you guys down there with your old sideline passes Friday night, and y'all were cheering on them Panthers. And when Javion scored that touchdown, everybody down in that end zone was going nuts.
It was an exciting night. Get a big win like that, and especially Javion getting to score that touchdown. That was huge for him. So, any win we get's a big one, but getting to win one like that at home, especially on everybody's class reunion and homecoming, that was really big.
Well, I got to tell you, and the coach kind of mentioned that, to be 0-2 going into this week off would just, I'm telling you, that hole is deep, but luckily we don't have to worry about it.
That's very true. They did what they were supposed to do. They did a great job. They did a great job last Friday, and, we look forward to continuing to do that the rest of the season.
Well, which one of those HOCO, when did HOCO become a thing? Was that a thing when you graduated?
What's HOCO?
Isn't that what they call homecoming now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the CKT, it was homecoming.
Homecoming,
but
baby.
Now it's HOCO.
Homecoming.
So which HOCO reunion did you hit up on Friday night? Because there was about 5 of them.
We hit the back porch up.
Oh, okay.
We went back and rewatched the game, and we actually hit Jeff up to figure out how to get access to it. We watched the Lufkin Panther football game again.
Oh, no. So you and Coach were critiquing me Friday night?
No, it was me and Lil Spoon and JT and neighbor David. So, we had the whole crew out there. We were all coaching, though.
Well, sometimes you got to help out. So, all right, we got the win. We're off this week. Is anything going on this week? I know the kids are going to come up, and the sideline is going to help take care of the kids this week.
Yeah, we're going to feed them Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They'll be practicing. So, thank you everybody that's helped with that, especially the coaches helping, serve that, because everybody be working during the day. But, we got to make sure we feed them and keep them full and, get protein and stuff in their body, because we got a long season left. And when they can't eat at school, we got to make sure we have a, resource there for them to eat.
Well, it sure would be nice if we could all be headed to New Orleans on Wednesday night this week, but instead we're all going to be hanging around here, and then we're going to go to Baytown, and then all of you guys are going to go to New Orleans for a week. And Avery, who made her trip up tonight, first appearance, we're going to drive down Saturday morning.
Yeah, we'll be heading out Wednesday the 22nd. We'll sadly miss the Friday night game, Lucky versus Pork Memorial. At the Ave, we're going to miss that one. Probably the best tailgate of the year, and we won't be there to see it, but you got to do what you got to do for your best friend and his fiance. We love them dearly, so we're going to be there to support them.
I just don't know how is Coach Abseck going to make it without you helping him call plays?
I don't know, man. We're going to have to ask him. It's going to be hard. I guess I'll write up a few and text them to him before the game and give him my script. see if he lets me give a little input there.
Well, the good news is we got a couple of weeks before that. The kids get a chance to get ready, and as he said, we got some guys that are banged up. We need this week off. I think it comes at a great time for the Panthers.
Yeah, you ain't lying right there, Gary. We really need this, and you come off a big win like we had last Friday. You get this week to kind of get back in your groove, get healthy, do all the little things you need to do, and get ready for a big ball game next Friday. Because no matter what, we got to start early preparing for them. They're 2-0 in district. They come off with a big win last week against Barbers Hill, so they're definitely bar none and fading all.
I got to tell you, Mama and the kiddos are flying to Cancun Friday. If you and Little Spoon were to call me Friday morning and say, do I want to drive down to the Hill to watch them in Port Arthur, I might well go with you.
I'm all about it. Let's make that trip happen. I don't know we can leave as early as we normally do this week. My boss might not be happy about that. The Panthers not playing, but we can definitely make that trip and go watch them.
Well, we don't have to be there at 5 this week.
Yeah, we don't have to be there this week. We got to be there at 7. But, that drive was a long one, so I don't know. We might just catch it on the NFHS or something.
Yeah, we might do that one on the back porch.
Yeah, we might do that one on the back porch for sure, because that's going to be a big one right there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. That's all coming up on Friday night. Also, Beaumont Westbrook playing host to Baytown Sterling, our opponent next week. That's this week as well. So a lot of great stuff going on Friday night. Also, don't forget, tomorrow night we got volleyball. You're more than welcome to help show up and broadcast the volleyball.
Yeah, well, more than definitely. I don't know much about volleyball, but I would love to come out there and talk and help you out with that. I don't know.
Look like I qualified for the Olympics.
You know a lot. You'd be surprised what you know about sports. It kind of shocks me when I look at some of the things you're into. So when it comes to sports, you know a lot about a little bit of everything. But I want to ask you a question. This week tells you a lot about your season this week. It gives you a heads up for what we got to look forward to.
I think we're in great shape. We had to have that win Friday night, and we got it. I think Coach will get all the boys rested up, and we'll be back on Monday. I just think we're going to be focused and go down and beat up on Baytown Sterling, and then, it's the battle what could be for the district championship 2 weeks from Friday. So, one thing, it's one step at a time, baby. One step at a time.
2 weeks from Friday,
I can't help that. I mean, I wouldn't miss the wedding for anything, but I wouldn't miss that game for anything either, partner.
I know you and JT and Jeff Bonner, y'all have it going live, so we'll be able to watch it. That's the good thing about the stream right there. We'll be able to watch it all the way from New Orleans. And I don't know how this rehearsal dinner is going to go, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to have my phone hid.
We're going to be lit.
We're going to be lit, baby. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, and I think these kids are playing really hard, and they're doing everything they can to win these ball games, and the coaches are doing everything they can to get these kids ready. So a week off, like you said, it's huge, and it gets us prepared for what we have to come the rest of the season.
Got to get my boy Barraza back out there. Got a little headache. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Barraza will be back. Davis will be back, so we'll be full force.
No doubt about that. All right, man. Well, have a good week. I'll see you tomorrow night at the Pack. 6 o'clock. Well, they say volleyball starts at 6, but that has been capped. It's normally closer in between 6:30 and 7, but that's okay. Either way, Coach Stewart and his girls against Nacogdoches tomorrow will have it all for you.
Did you just say cap?
Just cap, bro.
You've been hanging around. You've been hanging around us too long.
I'm trying to stay young.
You do a good job at that.
We'll see you at the Pack, and also we'll have our podcast this tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll break down the Panthers' big win. That'll be live from the Pines. I don't guess we'll have the replay audition this week, but we'll get back on that in 2 weeks as well. So you guys have a great week. Be a Panther this week, baby, and we'll see you at volleyball tomorrow night as we rest up on the football side of things. Appreciate you, partner.
Thank you for having me, Gary. I appreciate you.
For my man Jalen and our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck, that'll close it up on a Monday night live from South First Bar and Grill. We'll see you next week, or actually we'll see you tomorrow with volleyball. I'm Gary Ivins Jr. for Lufkin. Game time.